I know that going to Walt Disney World can be really intimidating, especially for those with mobility needs or mobility challenges. And so this video, we're going to talk all about what it's like using a scooter or an ECV when you're at Walt Disney World. On my recent visit to Walt Disney World, I was traveling with my family, my husband, my two kiddos, and my parents came along. This was my dad's very first time going to Walt Disney World. He is almost 70 years old, and after some health challenges over the last few years, we knew that we needed to get a scooter or an ECV for him to be able to navigate the parks, the resorts, and basically all of that long walking that is required when you're at Walt Disney World. So I want to talk about how we navigated the parks, the resort choice, and what I would recommend for anyone who is going to need to use a scooter while at Walt Disney World. This is going to make it super easy for you. I want to calm any nerves or anxieties you may have about it and walk you through exactly what you need to know. First, choosing your resort wisely is the best starting point. Every Walt Disney World resort on property is going to very easily be accessible for anyone who is having any kind of mobility needs. That includes scooters, that includes wheelchairs, it includes strollers, anyone who needs to have some sort of device to help move around. Disney World has you covered. They are known for being some of the best in the business when it comes to accessibility, and every single place that you're going to go is going to be some place that you can navigate with ease in a scooter. Let's talk a little bit about the different resorts you want to consider. For this reason, I highly recommend staying on Disney World property if you are using an ECV or scooter. First and foremost, if you are someone who does not use a scooter in your everyday life, but you feel like you may need it for the long park days, for the long walks, then there are a lot of great scooter rental companies that will deliver the scooter to your resort for you. They'll meet you there and show you how to use it, what you need to know about it, and they will also pick it up from you at the end of your stay. I highly, highly recommend this option. This way you have the scooter for whatever you may need it for, and you're not having to worry about going into the park in the morning and hoping they still have scooter rentals available for you, depending on when you get there. Plus, honestly, most of your walking in the parks can be a lot of steps or it can be a lot of distance, but walking around your resorts can also be a long distance and a lot of steps. So having the ECV, if you are someone who needs it, not only for the parks, but also for your hotel, is really the way to go. So my recommendation for a rental company that does scooter rentals directly with Disney, will bring it to your property and pick it up from you there, is going to be Lake Buena Vista Scooters. You will find Scooter Bug often recommended through a lot of different channels, or if you're in different groups or searching, Googling online. What I will say is I've had a lot of challenges with Scooter Bug rentals, and that is specifically related to scooters not working, being damaged, not holding a charge, or having a lot of last minute cancellations. So for that reason, I highly recommend Lake Buena Vista Scooters. They have a ton of different options on their website, including different weight limits, different styles, some that have canopies if you need to have a little more shade. They will have something for you no matter what your needs may be. Now, staying on property, this is going to be key. I had with my dad with me, this is his first time using an ECV. He is not someone who uses one regularly, but he is really challenged with mobility and walking specifically at faster paces and for long distances. He can get very easily winded, and this is all a result of some different health things over the last few years. So he was really anxious, honestly, about using the scooter, getting from the hotel onto the bus and to the park. He's not navigated these before. And after the very first time on the bus, he was like, wow, that was really easy. The buses are equipped for scooters. They will have one to two spots per bus. And if you are in an ECV, you will get priority boarding on the bus stop at your resort. So no matter where you're staying, no matter what bus stop you're getting on, they will prioritize those in a scooter to get you on safely and parked onto that spot on the bus. And your party that is with you will be able to walk on with you. Then they will load in the rest of the people in the bus. This is a really good thing to know. So just keep in mind, you're not going to feel rushed. You're not going to feel like you have to find space. They will prioritize anyone in a scooter or ECV first and foremost. All right, next step. They will actually lower the bus a little bit closer to the ground, and a platform will reach out, a little ramp, if you will, and you will ride it right on. If you are someone who can transfer out of your scooter and you feel a little uncomfortable navigating it, kind of maneuvering it into the space, you can actually step out of the scooter and the driver will help position it and lock it into place for you. So really, there's nothing that you have to be anxious about. Just wanted to share that because that was one of the biggest concerns my dad had in using the scooter and kind of navigating the bus system at Disney. But after doing it once, He was a huge fan, and honestly, all of us in the family, we were huge fans because we got to get on the bus with him once the scooter was positioned, and that usually guaranteed us some good seats on the bus, which is always a win for everybody in your group. All right, getting in and out of the parks, you're gonna go through security just like you would if you had a stroller with you. There are gonna be very clear signs and directions given to you by the cast members that will say scooters and strollers this way, everyone else this way, and you'll scoot right on up to the security spot. If you can get out, they will allow you to walk through the metal detector, and they'll check your scooter, and you'll go right through to the gates as well. So again, everything is really made with accessibility in mind in the parks, and so do not be worried, do not carry that anxiety. I can reassure you that it's a very seamless process. The same goes for getting on and off rides. Now you'll notice a lot in the parks, there are designated areas for scooter parking, for stroller parking, and depending on your needs, a lot of the attractions will allow you to actually ride your ECV through a good portion of the attraction before you would get onto the ride vehicle. If you are someone who only needs it for the longer distances, like my dad, they will tell you exactly where to park it very close to the front entrance of the queue, and you can go in accordingly. So again, it's all thought of. You can leave it, you can take it with you as far onto the ride as possible, and they also have a lot of different accessible seating options depending on what your needs may be with a wheelchair or a scooter on different attractions. So all you have to do is ask the cast member at the front, and they will handle it for you, and it's really a seamless experience. The whole point of this video, I want to reassure you, is that it is definitely not a reason to prevent you from going to Walt Disney World if you feel like you need a scooter or an ECV for your trip. These parks and these resorts and these hotels are all built with you in mind to ensure that no matter what your needs may be, you're going to be able to experience the magic right alongside your family members, and you're not going to have to worry that it's going to be a challenge for you to get through their parks and through their hotels. When you're looking at your hotels, you can also recommend or request to have a first floor room if it's a room that maybe doesn't have an elevator, so keep that in mind. I highly recommend the deluxe resorts that do have elevators, or even the ones that have the internal hallways versus external hallways, to make that a little bit easier for you as well. So I would love to hear from you. What has your experience been if you've gone to Disney with the scooter? If you haven't, what has held you back? I'd love to answer some questions in the comments and hear from you so that you can learn a little bit more about the process and feel even more confident going to Walt Disney World with your scooter or ECV. Thanks again for watching.